Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the show, where we interview the nation's leading real estate entrepreneurs. I got a special treat for you guys today. I got Sharanjit Thind in the house, and we're going to have an incredible conversation. He's been a broker since I believe 2010, if I'm getting my dates right. He's been in the real estate business since 2008. He was in sales for a couple years and then became a broker. He hails from the great state of New York, and we're going to get into a wonderful conversation. He's not only just a broker, he's also an investor and has a really unique lens to bring to the table. So we're going to get into a great conversation here, and I know you guys are going to get a ton of value out of it. So we'll get started on that, but just remember, before we do, at Investor Fuel, we help real estate entrepreneurs, service providers, and real estate investors 2 to 5x their businesses so they can build the businesses they've always wanted in order to live the lives they've always dreamed of. And with that being said, Sharanjit goes by Sonny. So Sonny, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Stephen, and thank you to all your viewers, and thank you for having me on your show. I heard so much about it, and it's a privilege and an honor to be here and see if I could leave some tidbits of information and knowledge. Thank you.
Well, we're happy to have you. So let me ask you this. So you got started in the real estate space right around the time the market crashed, right? Which is the best time to get into it and the worst time to be in it if you've been in it for a while. But you came from the advertising space. What made you decide to jump 2 feet in and go hard into the real estate space in the first place?
Yeah, so in 2008, to me, it felt like the roof was collapsing and I was just rushing in. What made me, I used to run an advertising agency on Madison Avenue, and then financial tsunami hit. Few of my biggest customers just went out of business. So I was just left scrambling, like what exactly should be my next move. And that is when my grandfather's saying came up. Few years ago, I had bought a house in Long Island, and I was looking around, and my grandfather used to say, real estate, it's called real because it's real. That's the only real thing in the world. And then my father-in-law was into real estate sales, and I asked him, like, is it a good business? How about this? He said, no, it's very tough at this time. Nobody's buying, everybody's selling. And I said, shouldn't that be a good time to get into, because the buyers will have a lot of choices and the prices will be down. And I went into the market with a totally opposite view. Like there are more choices for the buyers. There are more choices, price-wise and location-wise. 2 years, it took a lot of effort, a lot of knocks at the door. Also to learn that people want to get into your car first and your office later. I used to drive a brand new Beamer, 7 series in those days, just to show around. But 2 years, it gave me a lot of, as I said, a lot of insight into the business. And so far, I'm proud of it. I have helped, if not thousands, but hundreds of my clients, sold into very rich neighborhoods here as well. And I tell my clients in the beginning, choose your own bank, I'm your broker. I will not advise you which bank, which inspection, but everything should be independent. And for me, don't ask me.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
I want to buy into this market because of that preference. And this, as long as you can afford it, you can buy into any market, any locality. And then few years into this, I started looking, I saw some opportunities, especially, unfortunately, during COVID. I hadn't much to do. And the market, we all know, we were all inside, locked inside our homes. I took my truck. I started going upstate. And now proudly, I say, like, I can drive to Vermont and I won't have to use my GPS from Long Island. That's how much I know about the area. I saw some good deals. I bought them. I have also helped some of my clients acquire land, landed properties, big homes here as well. And price-wise, it's great, as I said. So this has been a great journey. The reason I got into this is this real estate career, either you are on investor side, broker, and there are other allied careers, it's never going to go out of fashion. We all need a roof overhead, four walls. That's what I call a house. Then you can individualize it. But this is a one industry which is going to stay here, which was here thousands of years ago, and thousands of years from now, we're still going to need a roof overhead.
You bet. Totally agree. Now, let me ask you this. When you got started in the real estate space, coming out of the advertising business, scrambling to figure things out, what would you say was the biggest risk you took early on?
Yes, the biggest risk I took on, and it's a very good question, and I would love to tell everyone around. This business, it's not like it's going to start giving you money from the day one, or even week one, or a month one, or even a year one. You have to have a lot of patience. That is the biggest risk I took. I asked my wife. She was helping me in my business, but when the business went down, she volunteered. She's an account. She said I can go back into my accounting profession. I said, great. We had two young kids, at that time, 2 and that 5 years old, and we had to took care of them. The biggest risk I took is the patience. You have to have a lot of patience, even when you want to sell real estate for a commission as a salesperson or a broker. You want to invest into it. You want to fix and flip. You have to have a lot of patience. That's the only risk you're going to take. Rest, everything you can learn. And what I say is, in America, we have a greatest system in the world. Our homes are a benchmark for the whole world's economy. And why we had experienced problem, financial problem, because the whole market and the securitization, it went on the other side. But we have a greatest wealth creator in the world, American homes, American home market, and a lot of banks have learned. I would say investors have learned from that experience. Again, coming back, patience is the biggest investment you can put into this business. Be patient, and the rewards will come.
Patience. Yeah, I think that speaks more than even just real estate. It's with everything, right? You have to have aggressive patience is what I like to call it, where you're out doing the work, but at the same time staying very, very calm to the result, because it will come and you don't want to stop too short.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, because you have a unique perspective as well, because you were born and raised in India, correct?
Yes, part called Punjab. We're like Sikh community, Punjabi community. It's north of India. Yes.
Okay. So at what point did you come to the States, and what was that experience like coming in? And do you feel like being raised in a country other than here has affected your work ethic and maybe even made you work harder than somebody that maybe has been born and was raised here?
Yeah, I came to US in by the end of 2000. That was November 2000, and in India I was in a company in a media publication house. I by profession by education I'm an MBA.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
I was educated. I had a good education there. In US, my first lesson was hard work here pays off. Hard work, and I had to leave a lot of stuff I was comfortable in India to that side, and I had to pick myself again. As I said, I had at that time I had a young kid, 3 years old, and a wife. So we took an apartment after I stayed for some time at my in-laws' house in the basement. Then we took an apartment, worked at one job, two jobs. At one time I was working three jobs, one at the airport, one in sales, and another one, again, I think it was, but that was commission sales. So at one time in 2002, I was working three jobs. And then I left one, the second one, and the one job, and then I started business. The one thing I learned in America, if you are working hard, and that's a similarity between India and here. US, hard work and also smart work. You have to see what is coming your way. But other than that, I would say India and US both we have a great democratic system. India is the world's biggest democracy. US is the world's oldest democracy. In the US, I have a saying to my kid. I tell both of them boys. I said in US you can be anybody or nobody. It's up to you.
Wow, what a good saying. Man, I've never heard anybody put it like that before. That's really interesting.
Because
So let me
nobody
ask.
owes us anything. Nobody owes us anything. There's no privilege system. You work hard, your reward comes to you. You work smart, and work smart. First is work hard, and then of course smartness comes with it. And
Right.
the main difference is in India, if you go, yes, in some parts of India, bureaucracy, red tape, and a lot of other challenges. I don't want to say it here but in US, once you become successful, you can only become more successful if you keep yourself in check and your impulses in check. Nobody else is stopping you from becoming anybody or somebody.
Yeah, that's really good. I'm telling you, you can be anybody or you can be somebody. It's up to you.
Yes.
Or nobody, and it's up to
Or
you to
nobody.
decide. I'm gonna have to teach that to my kids too. So, let me ask you this, in line with that, because you talk about smart work as well, which is so crucial. Because there's guys out there that are working their butts off, 16 hours a day in the heat, digging ditches for 45 grand a year. Not what I would exactly call the pinnacle of financial success. At what point do you think self-education also comes into play versus just traditional education through school, college, university, etc.? How important is continued learning for you?
Yeah, self-education, I will say for me, and I personally think for everybody, it comes before formal education. Your parents, your uncles, aunts, your society, your church, your community center, even the supermarkets. I used to help my grandfather. My father was a banker, he's retired, but my grandfather, we had a family farm. And I remember like when I was 5, 6 years old, I used to help him at the farm, and then we will load stuff depending upon like at one time we used to load it on a bull cart, then the tractor came, then whole SUV came. But every time, as I said, the whole idea was the formal education came later, but self education, what the and your environment, it teaches us a lot. So if I'm in real estate, I am wearing a suit, but if it's needed and I'm inside my client's house and there's a tap leaking, I can fix a tap as well. I can fix a bulb. and I'm very proud of it. Handyman skills in real estate, handyman skills are so handy. I go to my land, which I'm so proud in Catskill. I do a lot of stuff, and it also helps you unwind. A lot of as you said, yes, hard work.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
There are so many people. I see people work so hard in the ditches and the field, and it builds a lot of tension with a lot of energy. So you have to let that steam go. So you have to find your outlet. It could be your church, it could be a community center, it could be a family gathering, but definitely societal education, your self-education comes before formal education. And that is everything. Formal education just gets your foot in the door. I took a real estate license. It allowed me to sell real estate for commission. But before that, you have to know the little bit. And in the end, everything is sales. First thing, we sell ourselves to our close group. If you have to be in that, other than that, if I don't sell, somebody else, my cousin will be selling, my brother-in-law will be selling the same things which in the group which if I'm not selling. So self-education comes before formal education.
Well done. What would you say have been some of the most impactful books that you've picked up in the last 20 years have been?
My recent one, which I cannot put it down a few days ago, when nations fail, when nations go back. That's why by I believe maybe I didn't say the title right. It's by Ray Dalio, the biggest fund asset manager, bond manager in the world, and he describes the whole process. Yes, that is on the investment side. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That was one. How rich people think, successful people think. By richness, you mean the richness of mind. Somebody today, as I said, I walked the streets of Manhattan with $1 million in the bank and then nothing in the bank. But the richness is in your mind. Somewhere I read, I don't remember the name of the book. It says when were you most successful? When I was broke. That because I had a plan in my mind. So some of the books definitely help. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. But the author right now, the way he's saying, oh, market is about to crash. You have to collect gold, silver. I don't subscribe to that. In a society when everything is going ma'am, people are going to walk with guns and all. You won't carry gold with you. No. Jeff Bezos, yes, a book on biography of Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs. In Jeff Bezos' biography, he worked at his grandfather's farm or at his land. And he said, when you work with land, it provides everything. There's nothing in our life which land does not provide. So these are few of the books. Sapiens, of course, but that's a whole different perspective. But you all know Harari. Skin in the Game, Skin in Black Swan. Black Swan, actually, I picked it up immediately after financial tsunami. Actually, when I came 2000 November, and I was working in El Al, Israel Airlines at the JFK airport. And then unfortunately, September 11th happened. I was working at the JFK airport at that time. And I saw right in front of my eyes how we as a country, we as United States changed dramatically. But we did not change our character. We did not stop welcoming people. We are still a welcoming nation to the whole world. We are a beacon of hope, no matter whatever we hear on the street. I don't want to be on the spectrum of Democrats or Republicans. We are a greatest hope in the world still, United States of America. We still beacon of hope, no matter whatever somebody. And still today, somebody can pick up. If one of your listeners is listening, I'm available. You can give my phone number, and I don't have any skin in the game. I don't have books to market. I don't have seminars to market. I can tell them right now they can go on to sites like Craigslist and few other sites where they can buy a piece of land with owner financing, even when they have no credit. And as I said, I don't have any skin in the game. I'm not selling any piece of land. I'm not selling any books. I'm not marketing courses or nothing else. It's easy, and it comes from self-education
Yeah,
and
you bet.
experience.
Yeah, that's so good. Let me ask you this, because you do have a little bit of the investing side going on in tandem to the retail. What would you say your focus is over the next 12 to 18 months?
Okay, next 12 to 18 months will take us almost close to mid of 26 and then towards the end of 27.
Right.
We all heard this week what happened. We got dragged into the Iran war. And again, I don't have a
Right.
side. As I said, what was needed to be done, it was done. We are the last ones to know what happened in the scheme of things. But we
Right.
as a nation, we have a right to, but on the financial side, I can only talk. What is going to happen is, I actually met, I exactly can't find Howard. He at an event in Manhattan, and his title was, because he was being honored by Mayor of New York City, his title was Apple co-founder. He's 90-year-old. We talked about few things, and I asked him the same question. He said, "Sonny, you won't believe we may go to 1930s levels, where the prices may in next few years." And I said next few years, it's a very broad-based projection. Give me something nearby. He said the prices are going to collapse. I also see around, especially housing prices. They are inflated. Same thing happened in 2007. People did not believe. People thought it was bank's fault. In the end, it's a buyer's fault. What happened is there is a we call the social proof. If somebody A buys it, B has to buy, C has to buy. Social proof, crowd mentality. Everybody has to buy it. Rising tide lifts everybody. And then when the tide goes down, as Warren Buffett said, where everybody saw everybody was swimming naked. We see prices
Right.
in millions of dollars. Definitely there is going to be a squeeze on the market, but real estate is local. So in Dallas, you may have few neighborhoods which are local, and the people, the buyers paid 100% there. So that market is not going to go down. But then you're going to see Miami. Here in New York, so there are some towns we're going to see definitely go down. But Jericho, Hicksville, the best example I can give in New York, in Long Island, in Nassau County. Nassau County is one of the richest counties. But Hicksville used to be a town where when I started, homes were like 200,000, 300,000. Nobody was buying. Today, you search Hicksville, the homes are selling for $3 million. Some of the expensive, and the people are from India, and Indian community has migrated in a large part there. So for next 12 to 8 months, all I can say, definitely there is going to be a price squeeze on everything, not only on real estate, on everything around. So be careful what you buy. Maybe you want to wait a little. And of course, this is not good as a real estate profession, but I cannot guide my buyers, my clients, just to earn a few bucks extra of commission. So maybe it's a time. Good deals are coming, definitely.
Yeah. So I guess on the same note, kind of the same question, with all of that factored in, what are you going to be focusing on in the next year to year and a half?
Yeah, I'm going to be focusing on helping my buyers. There are going to be more properties available in the market even now, and going to be more and more properties available. And as I have most of my life, I has been in my real estate career, I've been on the buyer side. I will be educating any call I get it to my buyers. Like, if you are not in a hurry, a month or 15 days doesn't hurt. But if you're planning to buy all cash, you are the king right now. There's going to be more inventory, and I will be, as I said, I'll be focusing more on established towns. Then I will get out of speculation if I'm an investor, fix and flipper. If I'm a fixer, I will go into more established town. I will not venture out into any speculation right now. I will keep my money in cash for now. I don't know. Some people want to keep it in gold, blockchain, this and that. I would rather buy a piece of land in an established neighborhood, piece of property, which may go 2%, 3%, 5% down instead of a speculative market like Miami and so many towns in California, New York, and Jersey, Florida. So instead of I will get out of speculation if I am, if there's one advice I could give.
You bet. Are you going to cool on the investing side of things for the next season and kind of wait to see what happens, or what's your strategy there?
No, I want to buy more pieces of land. The reason raw land taxes are very low, or almost no taxes on raw land. Nobody can steal it. Nobody can vandalize it. There's no fire insurance needed. There's no this insurance, that insurance. It's just a piece of land. So I would rather, if I let's say, I'll give one example. There is a town, there's an area outside of New York, 1 hour from tropic, Hudson Valley. Anybody can. IBM is invested there. Amazon is invested there. A lot of other companies are invested there. The community is growing, but you can still go and buy a quarter acre of land in Fishkill, Wallkill, and few other surrounding areas, so under $100,000. A quarter acre, maybe half an acre, maybe an acre. And if my investment focus is there, and then of course you apply for the permits. If you want to build your own home, if you want to buy an existing home, you're the end user, you're the buyer. Yes, there are going to be more choices. This is could be something to act on now. But as a real estate investor, especially in the land, this one, and you said 12 months to, and I apologize, say sorry in advance. Somebody's misfortune could be somebody's fortune. So if somebody is going to sell a piece of land which they acquired at highly phenomenal rates, I will be the buyer. I will advise my customer, my client, my friends, my family, like, oh, let's buy a piece of land. And I will personally buy it as well. Raw land. And I will stay out of, as I said, commercial. Commercial, I don't want to do anything, especially the office market and all those office, anything to do with commercial. You go around the street in any part of US, there's a next door mom and pop pizza store is closing, Subway is closing. What is coming up there? Some kind of urgent care, medical care, and it looks like, oh, everything related with medical. But then you have Congress talking about taking billions of millions of dollars away from all these those programs, Medicaid and Medicare. So what is going to hit? It's going to hit the same medical market. So what comes from up is going to crush the market down. So residential single family home is still going to be a good bet if you can find a good one in an established neighborhood, or just a raw piece of land, or just go to a REIT, real estate investment trust. That's a whole other market. Just put your money there and see, but you do your own research. This is not an investment advice.
Right. Yeah, 100%. Well, Sonny, we're super appreciative of you coming on and sharing some nuggets with us today and with our audience. If people want to connect with you for more, learn more about you, where should they go for that?
Yeah, they can email me. My email for the business is whitestone1979@gmail.com. Very simple. Whitestone1979@gmail.com. That's my one word. And they can call me 646-875-8495. That's my Google Voice number. And as I said, I would love to. You don't have to be a client. You don't have to be a customer, buyer, or investor, or anything. Call me. You can drop me an email, text message. I would love to help. But again, as I said, this is not an investment advice. You do your due diligence. You can ask me a question as a friend, or someone you met in your local church or community center, or like, hey, what do you think about real estate? This is not an investment advice, but I would love to walk you through what I was. At one time, as I said, I came to US, became a millionaire, became a penniless, earned my money back, and I would love to help anyone and everybody.
There you go, folks. Well, we're talking to the man that's built the American dream, lost it, and built it all over again. We appreciate you coming on, Sonny. So go show him some love, folks, from the Investor Fuel family and the Real Estate Pros. We appreciate it a ton. We'll see y'all in the next episode.
Thank you, Steve, and thanks to your viewers, and have a wonderful, blessed day ahead of you. Thank you.
You got it.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.